Welcome to Beyond the Box.
Our guests are insiders that are now out and on our side, dropping nuclear intel and breaking it down just for you.
And now it's time to introduce our hosts, Brenda Lankridge and Suzanne Haunt. Join us and subscribe for weekly shows. Beyond the Box begins now. Let's jump in.
Hello, everybody. So tonight, Susie's not going to be here on this show. I think she's coming on the next one. She's been out doing all kinds of fun stuff all day, so you got me. and Debbie is backstage also. So tonight we've got Nadine with us. Well, she's not here yet. She'll be here. And she has to talk about some stuff that has just recently happened in North Carolina, and she's highly disturbed by the whole thing. Personally, so am I. But so it should be good. And then at 8 o'clock, I'll have the regular show, and Michael Anthony will be on. So I hope you guys will enjoy. Oh, that's not Nadine. Okay. So first, I'm going to get out of the way our prayers. So, Father, I ask that you still help and encourage and strengthen the people in North Carolina and all over the world. We've had some really bad times, and, well, we're hoping that it's going to get better. I also ask that you help Susie find her way home safe. She gets a little staggered on her GPS. So, and I just pray that we all stay strong through a lot of the things that are going on and what's going to be coming our way. I don't think that the worst is over yet, but only you know. So I hope that you help keep us all protected. And boy, I'll tell you, we need it. So I ask you this in Jesus' name. Uh-oh. And I just got a message from Nadine. What's going on, Nadine? The link above. I have to sign in. Okay. Let me get her this. Hang on, guys. I got to get her a link. And I'll bring Debbie in here. I don't know where Debbie went. All right, Nadine. Try this one. I could have swore I gave her the right. Why is everybody saying that's the wrong link? I can't. I don't know. All right. Oh, here we go. All right. Nadine's got the link, so hopefully she'll be here soon. Debbie? You disappeared. Wow. If anything can go wrong, everything can go wrong. Hi, Steve. I don't know where Debbie is. So let me go ahead and that's kind of messing with me. I'm going to put her back there for a minute. And Nadine is trying to get on right now, guys. So I hope y'all had a good day. I've had a pretty good day. I passed out on poor Steve last night, sitting at my desk, and finally I said, I have to go to bed, Steve, because I'm going to plant my face in my desk on you. And however funny that would have been, Steve, I really would have expected you to get screenshots, okay? Just saying. Because I think it would have been okay. And Steve, you're more than welcome to come on with Nadine. She'll be here any minute. She's trying to log on now. I see her trying. I don't know why this thing is so much different when you try to log on with your phones opposed to the computer. So it's just the weirdest thing ever. And Susie usually tells her, lets her know how to do it because Susie uses her phone, so makes it easy. So hello, Norma, Julie, Denise. And my phone's going to go nuts again tonight, obviously. I don't know where Debbie is. Debbie! Debbie, Debbie, Debbie. Can you hear me? Oh, this is not going to be fun. I can tell already. Look at this. Yeah, Steve went to go, or I mean, Susie went today to go do some stuff. Having trouble. I'm on my phone. Okay. Shoot. Hang on one second, guys. Let me get. She's gonna answer her phone. Watch. I'm gonna tell her she's doing the show from her truck. She might. Hello? Hey.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Driving.
Oh, say hi to everybody. They can hear you.
Hi, everybody.
So can you get a hold of Nadine? She's trying to log on, and I don't know how to do it by the phone. So can you help her get on there real quick?
Yeah. I sent her the link.
Well, I sent her a new link
On her
because
phone.
for some reason that one wasn't allowing her to do it without signing in. It was pulling that stuff again. So,
Shit, hold on.
oh wait, I've got her, Susie.
Okay. I'm in the middle of traffic. Dang it. Okay.
There we go.
Then get off the phone, Susie.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Okay.
I was going to get a hold of Susie and have her get a hold of you to try to explain.
Oh my
how to
gosh.
do it.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. Sometimes they're easy to get on and sometimes they're not.
I can't even figure it out myself, honestly, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is really going on here? So
I need a laptop. It'd be a lot easier, I think.
Susie has one that I gave her that wasn't even a year old that she doesn't use. Maybe she'll send it to you.
Yeah.
So, works out great. It's a thin one, so it's really
Yeah.
nice. So how are you?
Oh, I'm a little pissed. So,
I knew
yeah.
that when I answered the phone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm pissed and I'm hoping to light a fire under everybody's ass tonight.
Get it, girl. We're all down. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
So, I'm going to read some things to you, but before I do that, I'm going to tell whoever's watching, you might want pen and paper to write down some notes because I'm going to have a request for all of you that's watching and that will see this in the future. So some of us don't know this, which I think you're living under a rock by now if you don't know these things, but we have way too many people in North Carolina that are still homeless and living on the streets or in tents. They're freezing to death. So, we have people saying that it's not real. It is 100% real. We've been trying to get some of them off the street. So 2 days ago, there was a woman with her son and her dog that was out in the streets, and she was afraid of freezing to death. So it took us 2 days to finally get her a room to put her into shelter. And I'm going to tell you why that is. So we actually paid for a motel for a week for this woman. And when she got there, because her son didn't have an ID, they wouldn't let him stay. Okay, so these are families that don't have anything, people. Like, they lost everything. Okay, so they're being turned away, and they're allowed to, be on the streets to die. But because he didn't have an ID, it's just, I'm telling you, my group, we're livid. Okay, so that one rejected her. We were trying to get her somewhere else. She ended up the night before last night sleeping in an abandoned car with no heat. Okay. So yesterday we did get everything worked out, and so why you need the pen and paper is because I'm going to be listing at least the first 3 motels that we contacted who will not, I hope you heard what I just said, will not allow locals to stay. They don't allow it. Doesn't matter that it's paid for, because we were going to pay for it. Okay. They won't allow them within 75 miles. So you tell me what sense that makes. Okay.
Like these illegals in all these high-dollar motels,
Exactly.
but nobody will let them stay.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. But our people, here in the United States that are citizens, born and raised here, are being left out to die. Okay. So this shit has to stop. Okay. That's why I said at the very beginning, I'm pissed. Okay. We can only do so much. We've been, still getting donations in, which is very helpful. But it's $500 a week that we found a place that took her in. $500 for 6 nights. Okay. So if you want to know where your donations are going to, how about taking somebody off the street? Because that's what we're trying to do. All right. The names I'm going to be listing, I'm going to give you the name of the motel. I'm going to give you their address, and I'm going to give you their phone number. So I am going to challenge every single one of you to blow up their phones. Okay. Call them, do *67 so they don't see your number, and call and call and call. And if you get a manager, tell them how disgraceful of a human being they are. Okay. Don't let them have business. If you're in the area, be outside their business and tell people what's going on. Okay. Because this is disgusting. It's completely disgusting. So I'm going to list them off. So the first one is, it's Extended Stay America, Asheville Tunnel Road. It's 6 Kenilworth. I can't even read my own writing. Oh my gosh. Knowles, Asheville, North Carolina, 28805. Their phone number is 828-253-3483. That was the one we paid for, and they would not allow them to stay, so they refunded our money. Okay. The next one, Quality Inn, 180 Tunnel Road in Asheville. Their phone number is 828-505-4648. And the third one is Downtown Inn and Suites, 120 Patton Avenue in Asheville, 828-254-9661. So blow up their phones, people. Okay. We need to show these people who the bosses are. Okay. We need to stand up to companies like this. I don't know why they're turning locals away when it's being paid for. We're not asking for them to, give free rooms. So the only thing that I can guess is maybe they're being paid from our government to not let them stay. I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe FEMA went in there and had a talk with them again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't understand I mean, I can get a room in my local area. Probably most of you can, unless you're in that area. I've never had a problem, you know? So I don't understand why this area is not allowing for up to 75 miles. I've never heard of that ever in my life. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you the place where we actually got the woman into. I spoke with the manager yesterday and made all the arrangements. The manager's name there is Chris. So if you can even go on and give him reviews of his kind heart, I hope you do so. Okay. Don't blow up their phone because they need the business. But it's the Red Roof Inn. It's 16 Cromwell Road in Asheville. Their phone number, if you need to send someone there, is 828-667-9803. That man worked with me and is doing a week for $500. The cheapest that I found. The other one was like, I think $640 that turned them away. So, you know, Wednesday night, there was a family of 3 that had died from being in the cold. Last night, there was a man that died. And I'm sure there's many, many others that we're just not hearing about. So for anybody to think that it's not true, you need to get your head out of something because it is. Okay. We have got to start being more vigilant and getting these people off the street. We need to start caring about these people. Okay. And anybody who's hearing me right now, who is okay with knowing that you've got Americans dying in the street, there's something wrong with you. I guess you're on the wrong show and watching the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because the people on these shows, I'm assuming are good-hearted, God-loving, you know, patriots. So we have to, you know, start donating, you know, to us. There's other organizations out there. If you don't want to donate to us, you can vet us. You can look at anything about any one of us. We are very transparent. Look into every single one of our team. None of us really care. Okay. We have nothing to hide. So I'm just saying that, you know, it's not okay for anyone that is hearing my voice right now or after this and watches it later. It is not okay for you to turn a blind eye. You cannot be complacent, because if you are complacent, you too are responsible for those deaths. That's how I feel about it. And you don't have to like what I'm saying. I don't really care. I'm just saying that these lives matter. You know, you got Black Lives Matter and all the stupid bullshit that's been going on for how many years now, right? Well, how about, you know, these lives matter. Doesn't matter what color they are. Doesn't matter what their political affiliation is. Doesn't matter what their religion is. It doesn't matter. Okay, these people. And if you think that it's not your problem, then I'm going to challenge you doing this too. Especially if you live in a cold area, why don't you go outside your nice, comfortable house and sleep outside for the next week and see how you feel about it? Don't use your bathroom at your house. Don't shower. You know, minimal food. You know, and just see how long you would last in 20-degree weather. Okay, I can't last 10 minutes. I don't like the cold. I don't want anybody being cold. I don't want anybody dying. I don't want these people suffering. Okay. So what are you going to do about it that's hearing me? You know, that's the question you have to pose to yourself. What kind of person are you? You know, are you a person who really doesn't care? You know, if you are, you better do some soul searching. Okay. Because, you know, as people, okay, that we're supposed to have a heart. We're supposed to care about humanity. All right. So our country has become such spoiled little brats. Right. And it's all about them. And you need to chill out if that's the kind of person that you are. You know, if you are a person, I've said this in the past in other podcasts, if you are a person who cannot afford even $5, okay, and I understand that there are people out there that are living very tight, but you still don't get an excuse. Okay. You do not get an excuse because you can't afford it, because you know what you can do? You can spread the information. You can raise money. Okay. Through you can raise money in many, many ways. Be creative. Okay. sell a service. You know, if you clean houses or if you paint, whatever, sell your service. Say, you know what, I want to raise some money. You know, I'm going to donate whatever service you have for X amount of money, you know, and that's going to go, you know, to help these people. You can just ask. Let me tell you something. I go on my Facebook and I go to my family, my neighbors, whoever, and I just say, listen, this is what I'm doing. You know, if you can help, I'd appreciate it. So if people love you and know you and trust you, they're going to give you money. So you that can't afford it just generated money. So there's no excuses. Okay. We are doing everything that we possibly can as a group to help these people. But we can only do so much. We need everybody's support. Okay. We're the ones doing the work and we don't mind doing it, but we still can't do it if we don't have the funds to put these people up. So we are relying on people like you. So I'm going to read something to you. And Brenda, after I read this, the same woman, I sent a picture of her comments to us today. But I'm going to read to you what this woman said. I believe she was answering my friend, one of our team members, Deirdre, when Deirdre, I think, pretty much was saying, like, we're going to help you. We're there. Okay. She says, I'm glad someone is. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Because it's been like this. It's unbelievable that people who find themselves on hard times and you try to climb out, it's impossible. Their answers in Asheville are, if you are homeless, you can stay that way, or you can go to jail. The places don't want to hire you because you're homeless and you can't get a place to clean up. Then if you do get lucky enough to get a job, the hotel won't rent to you because you have a Hope address. And if you possibly find one and then to take you, they want an outrageous deposit. And usually the places find an excuse to throw you out and keep your deposit. It's like once you're down, they want to keep you down. That has been my experience since the storm.
Wow.
And then we got her a room. You've got pictures of her with her dog. And then you've got her dog laying on the bed, all nice and comfy, finally warm. And then you have her comment to us after that.
I do.
And if you're able to see it good enough to read it, because I don't have that one written down.
Okay. Let me give it a shot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to deal with the situation, but I'm on here.
Okay, Debbie.
I'm here, Brenda.
Maybe
yeah.
that's
So I was
Debbie.
just listening to this horror story.
This is Lisa and her dog. And she also has a son who they wouldn't accept in the first motel because he didn't have ID, because it probably washed down the river.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
It says here, it was so nice to be able to be out of the cold and have a shower and to lay down and get some sleep. I get some sleep. I had to put it up. Lay down and get some sleep and not be freezing to death and worrying about who might be outside the tent. And is the police going to come and tell me to go or to go to jail? Thank you for everything. I think this is the first time I've gotten to sleep the whole night through without one of those things happening. God bless you all. It's still, the dog is still sleeping, LOL. And this is her and the dog, right?
Yes.
That's one of them. Okay.
Yes.
And then we have the other one of him. Look at the dog. The dog is still asleep on the bed. So
that's where your money's going. People are asking us, well, how do we know where the money's going? Well, right there, you see.
Yep. a cute little snuggly dog
Yep.
sleeping.
And here's the thing, that wasn't even her dog. Okay. That dog found her, and she tried to find the owners and couldn't find them. And the sad thing is that dog's owners might not even be alive.
True.
And she could have gone into a shelter, but she will not leave that dog. That's the kind of heart she has. She's not going to leave that animal like it doesn't matter. Why are we leaving people like they don't matter?
Right.
It has to stop.
I think that when people don't go through any kind of tragedy, they think they're complacent.
Yes.
You know? But then when it happens to them, oh God, I
They
need some
want
help.
everybody to step up when it happens to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's wrong.
It is. And the thing is you as an individual person, you need to say to yourself, well, what would I want done if it was me? Wouldn't you want the country to rally around you?
Right.
I mean, just imagine, Christmas is coming. Where's the Christmas spirit? You don't care that not only have these families literally lost everything, many of them have lost family members, friends, their pets, all their belongings. Now they're in the cold. Now they don't get to eat. They have to fight for food somewhere, find it like scavengers, and that's okay. And that's what I'm saying. If anybody hearing me can turn away and not do something to either do a donation or raise money to do a donation to help these people, then you better check your soul. Okay. You better pray that things don't come back to you. This is not right.
You're with what organization, Nadine?
We are the FQXHOLE Foundation.
Okay.
And it's spelled FQXHOLE Foundation.
Okay.
Yep. And you can find us on Facebook. You can see all the things that we're doing. We're very transparent. We have a lot of things to upload because I'll tell you about the weekend that we just had. It was a great weekend as far as giving. It was heart-wrenching, but it was still, a good weekend. But but you can also find us on the FQXHOLEFoundation.org. And there's a donation button right as soon as you get on, you'll see it. But this weekend, to kind of put things in a little happier way, before I went down last Friday, I was there from Friday to Wednesday with my crew. You have that picture of all of us that were sharing a house together, Brenda.
Yep.
So we were down there and we were able, remember the number that I'm about to tell you, because it just happened to be this way and we just had to die laughing. We had enough money to give $800 per family for 17 families.
Wow.
So 17 is funny because of Q.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just the way it worked out. But yeah, so we hand delivered most of them. Some of them weren't home, so we had to leave with somebody else to get to them. But and the thing is these people didn't even know it was coming. So $13,600 we gave out over the weekend.
Wow.
Initially. But then my friend and her husband, Nancy and Paul Hudson, when Tuesday, I think it was, Jeff and I had to finally, since we were actually physically together, we went to open the bank account for the FQXHOLE Foundation. And so the area where we were going, my friend lives there. And so her and her husband met us for lunch. And then they gave $500. She decided to come back to the Airbnb with us. So we got to spend some time together. On our way back, we stopped at the Double Island Fire Department. The fire chief there is amazing. So he was telling us about 2 elderly women in dire need. And that $500 that was in Jeff's pocket went right to them. It went right to him to give, So we gave all the money that we had. And then we're starting over, So again, if you're wondering where the money's going, it's going directly in the hands of the people. Okay. And not only that, we gave $800 per family. FEMA wasn't even given that much.
Right.
If they were even giving it to you at all, they were denying many, many people. And there are no strings attached with us. Okay. We gave it from our hearts because of people out there who cared enough to donate money to us and trusting us that it's going to get into those hands. And that's exactly where it's going.
Wow.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, this is, yeah, I've heard the stories and about these people freezing, and I mean, it's unbelievable. And there's no community centers or anything that can provide them heat or like provide maybe a generators or anything like that.
So
Or are they like in a certain area where like maybe like a small heating way, someplace where like you know, they could go and warm up or something?
So I know they were. So the last time I was down, the Bulletin Community Center had like loads of supplies. The Chinook helicopters were coming in with generators and things, but they've been given out. Okay, heaters, things like that. So not everybody has access to these things. Some people don't even have, like this woman doesn't even have a car. Okay, so how are they even going to go get this stuff? You know, there's not enough volunteers to make sure that these people are being taken care of. You know, so that's part of the problem. Then you've got, like I said, this woman didn't want to go into a shelter because of her dog. They won't allow a dog. You know, so what do you do with what do you do with an animal that you love? She hasn't even had this dog long, and she loves it enough to not leave it out in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So there's different scenarios and situations. She's trying to work with FEMA to get help, and because she doesn't have an ID, she had gotten a temporary paper or something to have an ID, but FEMA won't accept that. So why won't they accept it? You know, it's like they're doing everything that they can, you know, to
not help.
Helping.
They're doing everything they can to not help.
Yes.
Yeah. I was in that. I don't know if you remember, but I was living in Texas in 2021 when there was that cold, that freeze that came in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was living a little bit south of San Antonio, and we had frozen pipes and everything that happened, and so we didn't have water in this little trailer park I was at for about a week, and a bunch of businesses got some damage, and they were shut down because we had no electricity for about a week. And all kinds of people applied for, you know, some kind of, you know, because it was a natural disaster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all kinds of people applied for assistance, and not one single person got anything that I know of.
Right.
Well, I will tell you this.
Yeah, in Texas.
Because
I think it was
I'm
like
on
a whole grid situation or something.
Yes. And because I'm on SSI, okay, I get a little bit of help from the government with food stamps. But let me tell you, when that happened, I have an awesome refrigerator. We opened the top fridge. It was the same temperature in the house as it was in my fridge. So we didn't lose nothing but a gallon of milk. We didn't open my freezer stayed shut for 7 days. I didn't lose one thing. So they called me and they said, we're doing a thing to see how much you lost so we can replace it. And I said, well, you might as well save that for somebody who needs it, because I didn't lose anything but a gallon of milk.
Right.
You know,
Oh, that's great.
I slept in my car for a week because I'm on 2 blood thinners. And we had no electricity. It was so cold in the house. The only way to get heat was I stayed in my car for 7 days and let my car run with the heat just to keep me warm.
That's what I had to do.
That was horrible. So these people here, you know, they're out there now. It's been, how long has it been this cold, Nadine?
Oh my gosh. Well, we were down there Friday. And before that, so at least a week. And that's why I think, if you don't think it's a big deal, why don't you go outside and stay outside for a week in these temperatures? See how long you last. And if you don't like it, then maybe you should do something about it for these people. It just blows my mind, that people just walk away and act like it's somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
And all I want to say is, I don't want to be you when God says to you, well, how come you didn't do anything? Well, you heard somebody telling you. Why'd you walk away? I don't want to be you. I wouldn't want to be you at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
There's a thing
ridiculous.
called karma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hopefully the new administration can like reassess these funds that FEMA has, because they're not using them appropriately, clearly.
Right. But these people can't wait that long.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Exactly.
So, I mean, we keep getting these stories brought to us. And again, like I said, we can only do so much. I don't have a lot of money. None of our crew has a lot of money. We are stretching our money because we're traveling down there and trying to help. And that's an expense on us, all this traveling and gas and eating while you're down there and everything. Okay. So that's coming out of our pockets, and so to help, these people, we need you. We need all of you, we're willing to put the time in. We're willing to do the traveling. We're willing to drive. My friend Jeff, the one who founded FQXHOLE, last night, okay, he has been away from his family for like 2 months because he was in Bouladine for 6 weeks, him and his wife, every day. They stayed there. And from morning till night, they busted their asses helping people. Okay. That's what they were doing. When he finally went home to destruction. Okay. Because he has 40 acres of land that he wanted to use for veterans, that his land is completely destroyed. He needs loggers to come in now to fix his land. Okay. He still put that aside to help other people. So yesterday, when we were having issues with payments to the manager, he was going to drive 3 hours last night to get the money into his hands so that woman can be in a room.
Wow.
And he still had to then go home, pack, and finally today, he is with his family and his grandchildren that he has not seen for 2 months. That's the sacrifice that's happening with our group. I don't know about other people and their situations, but I'm just telling you that we aren't in this, to line our pockets. We're not that kind of organization,
Yeah. And where are you located right now? Where are you driving into?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, you drove all the way from Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We had a part of our group, the picture that you have there, Brenda.
Yeah, which one?
Of all of us out there. So we've represented New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Georgia, Alabama, and Texas.
Okay. I'm going to bring up this one. It's the one with the sign, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And then when my friend got there on Tuesday, she's from Tennessee.
There's that one there. And then what other pictures did you want me to bring up?
I'm trying to think what I sent you.
I have.
You can pull up Santa.
I was gonna say I have a Santa. Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, this one.
So that was even a really cool story. So Deirdre, that's in the picture to my right, she had found a woman on her way to the Airbnb who was on a page saying there's like different pages where people can say what they need, And this mom, all she was asking for was a Christmas tree and ornaments. She said her children already knew that they weren't going to get presents this year, but she at least wanted the Christmas spirit for her children. Okay. So we decided, she was like an extra person. So we decided to go shopping we found out that she actually had a tree. By the time we started shopping, she did have a tree. So we got ornaments and we got stockings. We got a tree topper. We got some candy to put in the stockings. We went to one of the distribution centers, grabbed all kinds of food and medical supplies and toiletries, anything that we knew would be useful. Dog food, because she had dogs. So we got all of that stuff. And then we ended up with like $625 in cash to give to her. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So that picture you have also of all of us at the Christmas tree. I think I sent that to you as well.
You did. Or did that one go? This one.
Yes. So that's Tiffany and her 2 children. She has a third, but he wasn't home. He's a teenager. These children are the dearest kids. They were so grateful. They were so respectful, so understanding, very giving. They gave, so Deirdre's little girl is in the picture. She's 16 months old. Her name's Evelyn. The little girl gave her one of her stuffed animals, and she had a brand new blanket. I don't know where she got it from. And she gave it to her. And Deirdre didn't want to take it from her. And the mom said, no, she really wants her to have it. So she took it. They had candy chocolate reindeer that they had for us that we didn't want to take. And they were like, no, we knew you were coming. We wanted you to have this,
Oh, wow.
They're just the sweetest kids. So now we told the mom that we wanted, a list for Santa, and they're getting a Christmas. Okay. So we got an Amazon wish list. And we've got people that are going to be sending things to the mom through Amazon. Cause there's no reason any child should have this on their shoulders,
Right.
and have to do without.
Right.
So again, people who want to know where your money's going, this is where it's going. Look at those children. Look at the mom. She was so grateful. These are the people that, don't have anything. This woman still has no power. She has a generator that we took 15 gallons of gas to her because she was about out of gas. And she didn't have the money to get any more. So the landlord apparently isn't willing to have the power, the electric fixed, because it was grandfathered in and didn't meet code. And so now, since the storm, in order for her to get power, they have to make it up to code, which she said is $7,000.
Oh, wow.
So isn't that a scam? It was fine before the storm. She lived there. I think she lived there for 6 years. So it's fine for 6 years with having power. And now the storm comes. And now that gives them an excuse to have to redo everything for $7,000. This woman can barely feed her children. Half of her house she can't even live in.
Wow.
It's all shut off. She took me back and showed me with her flashlight. She has no appliances because they were all in the water. So she lives in like 2 rooms.
Wow. So
This is all and this is all in the Asheville area still.
who is this?
Yeah, so that's one of our people that we gave money to. We didn't get to see him. So we left the money with the fire chief, and he went to pick it up. I just messaged him. I said, it's with the fire chief. Just pick it up at your convenience. And so he fanned it out and gave us a picture.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But lots of happy tears, from these people. Very grateful. There was so much going on that whole weekend. We were tired. We were all tired. But it was a good kind of tired.
I bet. So one of the people wants to know if there is somewhere where they can send some goods too, you know, if need be.
So to my knowledge, like the Beulah Dean Center, they're closing down. A lot of centers are closing down. I think if I'm remembering correctly, there was one in Asheville that's not even letting people take stuff. So people hate when I say this, but stuff right now doesn't matter. They need money because, first of all, think about this for a minute. So we as we want to help, right? We think, well, they have nothing. Shouldn't they be okay with this because they have nothing? Well, let's look at it in a different perspective. If you're sending me SpaghettiOs and I hate SpaghettiOs, I guess if I'm deathly starving, I guess I'll eat them. But do I want to? No. Right? So instead of sending things that is probably going to sit somewhere because it's either not going to fit somebody or they don't like it, whatever. Okay. Because again, let's think about, having some, dignity and pride and things like that. Do I want to wear a big flower blouse because that's all that was there? No, I don't. If I'm naked, yeah, I'll wear it. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So at this point, everybody's needs are so different. Cash is best. Sending the money. Now, if you want to send down, a truckload of plywood and lumber and nails and screws and tools, go for it because they need it, But if you're trying to help people individually, the best thing that you can do is donate money to get these people out of the cold so they can at least have a warm bed, have a shower, have a toilet. Think of those conveniences that, do you want to go outside somewhere? I don't, So those are the things that we have to start thinking about, putting yourself in that position. If you don't want to do it or wouldn't want to have to do it, why would you be okay with somebody else having to do it? These people were not homeless people.
Right.
They don't know how to be homeless.
Right.
There are homeless people out there that I try to help them too. I can only do so much as one person. But I have spoken with homeless people that don't want to change their life.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what you would offer them. These people aren't that. They want their lives back. Their stories are horrific. We had a woman, the Santa picture. When we were there at that store, we were also meeting another woman to meet us there to give her money. And her story was so sad. She lost her daughter and son-in-law. Her son-in-law's body was found. Her daughter's has not been found. And they have her granddaughter. And they said, thankfully, the granddaughter was at the other grandparents' house, or they probably would have lost her too. So they have the granddaughter and are taking care of her. The other grandparents are fighting for custody because if you have a kid, you get more money, you get more help, from certain things if you've already been approved for FEMA and stuff. And so they're basically using the kid. They doesn't seem like they really want her. They're just basically using her. And the way that they're going about it is they're saying that the mother abandoned her child because she hasn't been found. Her body hasn't been found. So the evil witch that is, saying that her daughter abandoned her granddaughter.
Yeah.
These people are sick. There are sick people out there, and the grandfather, I was talking to him and he said to me, he said, I had a drinking problem. He said, I'm not going to lie. He said, and he points back here because the granddaughter was in the back seat. He goes, but that right there, he said, that little girl is my sunshine. And he said, and I quit drinking for her.
Right.
He said, I still got my snuff. He goes, I'm not going to give up my snuff. He said, but I did quit drinking for her, and it's just, they lost everything. And the thing is with their story too, they have a camper on her uncle's land that has been in the family for 65 years. FEMA showed up and told them they have 180 days to either put a trailer on there or you have to leave. She can be in a tent. They can put a tent. But because of the camper, they only have 180 days and they have to go, or they're going to start fining them. Again, what is going on with this country?
They're not, okay. The people are not really allowing FEMA in there. So you would think somebody would call them back and make them leave those people alone. That's
what needs to happen.
Yes.
People need to stick together. We already told her on day 181, we'll come. We'll stand on that property with you. Right. And I will drive down there in arms along with everybody else and tell them to remove us.
Right. You know what? We could go. I'll go with you and we'll just unplug my chair. They can't move my chair if it's not plugged in.
But that has to happen. We have to show them that they have no power.
Right.
We have it.
This is such a sad thing because I sit back and I see what they're doing for all these people that are here illegally.
Yeah.
Money, phones, food, clothing allowance, putting them in hotels, putting them in apartments. They don't have to pay for anything.
Right.
These are people that have lived here all of their lives. They are American citizens.
Yes.
American citizens. And they are getting nothing but shit on.
That's right.
It's wrong. And somebody needs to get out there and do something.
Yes.
This is ridiculous. FEMA needs to get the hell. FEMA, can you hear me?
Yeah.
FEMA, get the hell out of there. You don't need to be in North Carolina. Go get a real job someplace.
Yep.
Get out of there. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is. My mic just said no. but it is. It's absolutely ridiculous that they're out there and all they're doing is causing havoc. They're making more work for everybody. They're causing more harm than they're doing any good. Why are they there?
Yeah.
Why?
It should not have taken us 2 days. Yesterday, for hours, we were working on getting that woman in a room. It should not be going on. This should not be happening.
No, not at all.
And when I saw one video when it first happened, or like a week after or something, and some people were trying to get supplies, and the roads were like you couldn't even.
They're perfect. Yeah.
Are they any better now?
Some are a little bit better, but there's so much damage. I mean, even the Airbnb where we stayed, it was not fun getting up and down property because the road had been all washed away and all big gullies and it was a challenge to get up and down.
Yeah, that's what that was showing in his video. It was we can't even get here. And then GPS, they were trying to get right into Asheville, and GPS was taking them on this like wild goose chase. And
that's because roads are destroyed and closed. You can't get through.
Yeah.
So it takes you like way around. So it's like, it might take you an hour to get around when it would have taken you 10 minutes if you got straight through.
Yeah, because you can't go straight through because
right.
it's what. Okay, right. Yeah.
Bridges are down. Yeah, there's so much destruction.
Yeah.
So, Nadine, let me ask, has anybody tried to get a hold of the governor? So in the last video, a friend of mine that was with me, that's in the picture, her name's Jenny. She like put this little note, in front of me while we were on with SG. And she had said that. She said, for people, you don't have to be in the state, be out of state. Who cares where you're from? Call that governor and demand that they help these people. I mean, at least
Because
get a
again,
hold of the
that's his
governor.
phone too.
At
It's their
least,
phones.
yes, but at least get a hold of the governor. And you know what? The biggest thing he could probably do: get rid of FEMA. Get
Yeah.
them out of there. Call them off. Send your dogs home.
Yep.
Because it's going to end up being, eventually, if they don't stop, it's going to be a bigger conflict than it should be.
It is. Yeah.
And
Because I think people are going to get enough.
yeah, and that must be what they want. They must want bloodshed, and everybody is trying to do the right thing for all of them, and they're trying to, make a difference and help these people out. And they're out there, these people that have lost nothing, and they're still helping each other.
Yeah. Last night, we got a $200 donation from Australia.
Way to go, Australia.
So, if somebody in Australia can donate, I think you can too. Anybody hearing me? You can too. Find a way. Find a way.
This is just.
Do they have, well, I've heard that, they don't even have plans on trying to rebuild.
Well, they don't want them to rebuild.
Yeah. There's not even plans on trying to rebuild. They just, so, there's nowhere. So it's almost like these people really just need to be relocated, because it doesn't sound like that.
But that's what they want, and those people should not give up their property.
They should not. No.
Oh yeah, because that's their property. Right.
Yeah.
They have to stay and fight, because Deirdre was told by locals that children are even raised knowing that our government wants that land. They know it, and that's why the people in the Appalachians don't bother with government. They don't want anything from you. They stay quiet. They do their own thing, so they just want to live peaceful lives.
And if one town does this, Debbie, if one town relocates, moves away,
then
that gives our government the authority to say, well, if it worked there, let's see if we can.
It's a domino effect.
Oh yeah.
It would be a domino effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I totally forgot. It's like, well, yeah, it's their property. It's not like they're on their property.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I forgot that part. Yeah.
And last I knew, I thought we were free people. Are we supposed to be free? I don't know. I thought that was, the concept of America.
Yeah.
So if I want to live in a tent on my property, I should be allowed to. If I want to live in a tiny house, if I want to live in a camper or a trailer or $1 million house or a $5 million house, I should be able to live the way that I choose to live.
I thought the funniest thing was when they said that the tiny homes that the Amish built, they weren't up to code. Oh, excuse me, because I'm here to tell you, when the Amish build something, not only is it up to code, but it'll last thousands of years.
Yes.
So whoever was the person that said this isn't up to code, they need a new job. Go back to school. Because if you don't know anything about the Amish building, you really need to go back to school.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That is the best architecture people you will.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Find.
If it was, oh yeah. Yeah. If I was them, like if it was my property, I mean, I wouldn't want any police or FEMA anywhere near it. I would build walls. If you don't have a home anymore, I would try to build like a wall of some kind so they don't enter, because they just, harassing people in their tent, just try to build some kind of a structure to keep them away. I wonder if something can be done just to keep them from harassing the people in the middle of the
teens would be good.
That are living in tents. It's like, okay, can you let us just sleep?
Our Second Amendment.
Everything.
No, our Second Amendment. That's what will work.
Well, that's what they say. When our First Amendment does not work, that's what the Second Amendment is for.
Exactly.
And it's sad that it would have to come to that, because people don't want this fighting. People want
to live a peaceful, prosperous life, which we have a right to.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. We do. Absolutely. And it's You know, a lot of things, now maybe not everything, but a lot of things are done by design. And one of the main things that people have always wanted, I say people, I mean powers to be, is for America to become a third world country.
Mhm.
Now, the way they can make this become a third world country is number one, they can get us into some kind of a war. If we lose that war, we lose our Constitution.
Mhm.
Okay, go that way. Or number two, take away our Second Amendment, which is something they have been trying to do for decades.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have states like Tennessee, Texas. And don't come in here fooling with our Second Amendment. It will not end well. And
Well, you got to think, even Pennsylvania, I think like every other person at least has weapons in Pennsylvania. All the hunters,
yeah,
they're proficient in multiple weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even here in my own household,
right.
I have, my husband and my youngest daughter that still lives at home. They're proficient with a bow and crossbow, and so you've
Mhm.
got people all around that, if push comes to shove, there's going to be a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think they misunderstood. They highly uh, miscalculated like how much people still have fight in them in
Right.
the country, and veterans, and I mean, we're trained military, and we know how to
and
stuff. We've been to war, and you think we're not going to stand up and fight.
Right.
No, I
and
mean,
I've said this before. When the whole 9/11 thing happened, everybody pitched in and helped. I went down there with my ex-husband with search and rescue. Okay. It was like a togetherness.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere down the line, we forgot.
Yeah.
We never forget what happened, but we forgot the unity
Yes.
that was there.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've got this all happening again. And you know what? Let's not forget that this time.
Right.
Because no matter what you do, you people out there that are listening, you don't have $5 to donate. Take this show and share it everywhere you possibly can. Get it out there, because the more people that see it, the more people can possibly help.
Yeah.
In one way or another, the smallest little things that you do can help.
Yeah.
Nadine called me yesterday. Now, I would have put her on yesterday, but when she called, I was on my way to go out the door. I had some stuff I had to go take care of. And then it's like, oh no. And then we had Debbie's show after that. So I said, well, okay, Sunday. No, sooner. Okay, Saturday. I'll get you in there. We'll figure it out. But every little itty bitty thing that you could do, believe it or not, I mean, if you don't work and you're getting disability and you're capable of doing things, get a hold of Nadine, get with some people, go down and help.
Mm-hmm.
Go help cook. Go help them go shopping.
If you actually go and see it, it will change your life. Will change you.
I bet it will.
Because that's why, I think people are so easy to turn their heads, because even if they saw a picture or something, there's no words for what you see with your own eyes. You can't see the vastness when you're standing somewhere, and as far as you can see in all directions, it's just destroyed. And then you go to the next town and it's the same. And then you go 10 miles down the road and it's the same, and there's just people's belongings that are just everywhere. I took video in Swananoa. We stopped there. I think that was Monday. And there was a little neighborhood that when you're going down the road, the houses were close together. and it came to like a dead end, but every single house was condemned. Where are those families? You know, I took video of that. I took video. There was a trailer park. I don't know where the other trailers were. There was 2 there. So I don't know if they've already removed trailers or if they ended up down the river. I don't know, but there was only 2 there. They were all ripped open in different areas of the walls. So I put my phone inside and just videotaped around to see. And it's like, everything's just piled up. It's like somebody was just here a couple months ago, living their life, having their family, watching TV, eating dinner, you know, all the things you're doing right now. In your not comfortable home. And now all of their stuff is ruined. They have no home to go back to. You know, I mean, there were clothes still hanging in the closet, you know, and it's just horrific, you know. So that's what I'm saying. You have to just look around you. Look wherever you're sitting right now. Where, I don't care if you're in an apartment, a trailer, a big house, I don't care. Look around the room you're in and the people that are around you, if there are any, and imagine it being gone in an instant. You've got 5 minutes to get out.
Yep.
It's gone. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know?
It sounds like, and it sounds like it's like you call it land grab. It sounds like a land grab. Like they're trying to, you know, it's a government land grab because they, you know, apparently there's minerals.
Yeah. So the show that we did with SGN on, that was on, I think that was Tuesday night. We did a show with SGN on, and in our team, the picture that you had there, Evan is from Georgia, and he did an amazing explanation about all of that because he actually has been mining gold. I could be wrong. I feel like he said 13 years, but he knows what he's talking about. And so he gave a lot of information on that show. So, you know, that would be fun to go back to and watch.
Okay. Yeah, they've done that. I have a house in South Dakota, and they were doing this to some people in near the Black Hills there that had, like, there was like some ladies or something that were left some kind of property that had some minerals on it or whatever, and they like offered them like pennies on the dollar, and forced them off their property. Like, and it was property that was left to them, you know, that was worth way more than what they were. And yeah, it's called a land grab. It's happening in South Dakota too. 'Cause there was this woman that I'm friends with who was a state representative there, and that was running for governor, and so she, you know, she was hearing from a lot of these stories while she was running for governor. And so it's a similar type situation. If the is valuable, you know, there's people that want it. Right. You know, they did the same in Lahaina. It's lithium. I think it's lithium in that they want. Well, so well, when we spoke with the fire chief there, okay, he said that in those mountains, it's not the lithium. He said there's really not a lot. So he said, you know, they're talking about the lithium. So look over here at the lithium. He said it's over here. They want the quartz and the gold. The quartz is the best of those. The quartz and the gold, yeah. And that would be for like silicon type stuff, or probably, you know, I don't know. Maybe China wants it. I don't know. Who knows how high this goes? But in South Dakota, there's a lot of property that's actually owned by China. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of property all over our country that, and it's all over certain military bases in North Dakota. The property all around there is owned by China. Right. I mean, we somehow allowed that to happen. It was the governors that allowed it to happen. Right. Yeah, the governors. And that's what I heard. That was another thing that I learned from this state representative. The governors allowed China to buy a bunch of land on our And so they own tons of land that we don't even know. And
Right.
it's usually because of some mineral value to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So is this land even owned by maybe the land's owned by China and we don't even know it, because in South Dakota
Well,
there's patches that are owned by China and we don't even know it.
well, most from what we've gathered, most of these people have been on this land for generations.
But there might have been something done with the governors where it
Yeah.
was sold to China. That's what happened in South Dakota, unbeknownst to all the
Right.
residents.
Like all the landowners, you're saying, like they didn't know. You're saying that in South Dakota, the landowners basically got
No.
screwed without even realizing it.
Yeah, they got screwed without realizing it. It was a
Okay.
deal the governor made
Yeah.
with China, and they didn't even know, and then they got forced off.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't. They weren't. They weren't. Yeah, it was. And then there was also something. There's something called the School of Mines in South Dakota, which has. I mean, I don't know how so many. So there's military patents there. It's in South Dakota, and there's a bunch of military patents, and the governor sold military patents without permission as well. Or the senators or something there, they got caught doing some stuff like that too. They sold military. These are U.S. military patents. They're stored at the South Dakota School of Mines. Okay.
See, that's when the news needs to come out.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, what gave you permission as a senator
Right.
to sell that to China?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened in South Dakota too.
Well, if they start getting strung up in the streets, maybe that'll stop.
Yeah.
Right? Bring back public hangings. Oh,
Yeah.
what? Did I say that?
Yeah, so we have that kind of stuff going on. That's why our state representative, that's why our governors and senators should be highly held accountable for everything they've done unbeknownst to us.
Right.
Yeah, and so it was completely unbeknownst to the landowners, and then they were basically just forced off, because it's like, okay, well, this land is really not owned by even the United States anymore, so you're out of here. I don't know. I
Right.
mean, I don't know. It's like something really dirty happened, like to a lot of them, you know. So, yeah. So
I mean, I'm not shocked by that.
yeah.
I mean,
So it might be.
I wish I was shocked by that, but I'm not.
Yeah. So that's what to look into is if there was some kind of thing going on, like maybe the land was sold to China unbeknownst to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's whoever did that, should be tried for treason, or
Right.
I mean, it's treason and crimes against humanity. What's going on there?
Yeah.
And so that's that's the penalty is we know what the penalty should be for treason, right? Right. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, these people, but nobody's holding them accountable as far as like our FBI or any of those type of people. So we have to stand up ourselves.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to stop being stepped on.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you want to take? Just.
Yeah. Yeah. And so somehow, and there's a lot of, we don't know anything about our state rep, like our senators and our governors that somehow
Right.
get these offices, and a lot of them are in secret societies.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even, and so when they're in these secret societies, they're actually taking orders from higher ups,
Right.
and doing stuff not in our favor at all, and so we got to get these people out of these positions of power. Like we have the situation in my county where I have my house out there, where I mean we just have like massive crimes going on in this one county, but the sheriff is a Mason, I guess. It was just really a corrupt sheriff, and But the problem is that he's, in cahoots with the attorney general and the, governor or whatever, or not, or like the,
That
I'm sorry,
works.
but the senator
Mm-hmm.
and everything. Can't get them out,
Yeah.
like they're all in cahoots,
All right, you guys, I'm sorry. It's not that I haven't been paying attention. We have a problem in the chat, and I had to have somebody talk me into making mods out of some people. So, Denise, Stephen, play ball. You got it. So, and I've got to add Julie on there, but thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take care of the problem, please. I can't stand that. I'm so glad that got straightened out. But yeah, there needs to be, and you know what? There needs to be more people involved higher up in the food chain.
Mm-hmm.
There really has to be, because I mean, I think we all help each other because they can't do a lot of things without us.
Right.
And we kind of need their help too. So I think they really need to start participating a little bit more and helping the people.
Mm-hmm.
And these governments, they got this shit backwards, Nadine. And all these years it's been, we work for them, and that's not the way it goes.
No, but that's because we're about it. We're the ones to blame for that.
Yes.
We're all to blame for that. So now we get to make a decision if we're going to allow that to continue.
Yep.
And this is a perfect scenario to show that we are done.
Yeah.
We're going to stand up. We're not going to allow this to happen. We're not going to allow these people to suffer.
Right.
And show that we have more power than they do. And they need to be afraid of us, not us being afraid of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, because that's the way it's been, and it shouldn't have to be that way. We should not be afraid of them, because
more of us than there are.
Yeah,
definitely.
People haven't had that concept for a long time. They're more individual. What can I do? Well, maybe you can't do something, but get 1,000 of views, right? Then you can do something and get 1 million of views, get them, but people don't think that way. They've ingrained in people to be selfish, to be self-centered. It's all about you, and it's not. That's how we win. That is how they win, is when we are divided. Okay. They don't want us. That's why do you think that there's racism and all the bullshit that they always talk about? There really isn't. Okay. There's not as much as people want to try to think there is.
Yeah.
They do everything they can to divide us in a million different ways. Okay. And that's what we focus on, right? Oh, well, this and this and that. So we're divided. Okay. Put all that stupid crap aside and get back to what the core values are of who we are supposed to be as Americans. Not just Americans, but how about as God's people? How about just as people that love people? I don't care what country you're from, like just humanity. Why can't we get back to that?
Yeah.
You have to tell yourself, you have to retrain your brain. It's not just about me, and that God will, I could promise, because I've seen it so many times in my own life. I promise you, when you do for other people, it will come back to you tenfold. You will be taken care of. I don't worry about things. Sometimes it's like when I take a trip, I'm like, well, it's going to cost me something. I'll figure it out.
What?
Trip.
I have a voice of reason that lives in this house with me, and every time I say, well, let's just go do this, we'll figure it out later.
Figure it out.
But we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always got to be something that can happen in an instant. And if you're doing something that is right and righteous, that help is going to come from a way better place. You may not see it right away, but you're going to see it. It's going to happen. And this stuff here is so wrong. You know what? I honestly can tell you that I really, really wish that these people, in the long run, they get what they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's ridiculous what they're putting everybody through.
Yeah.
You're right. Those people have lost everything. Some of them have lost their families.
Mm-hmm.
Then people may be out there looking for that kind dog that found that woman.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God the dog found that woman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, this is just it's horrible the way that we're all treated. But yet, we're what make them rich. You would think they would treat us a little bit better.
No,
Yeah.
we've just been stupid.
Yeah, I remember when I was
It just
little.
comes back to that. We've just been stupid. We've been complacent ourselves. I know for a lot of years I was complacent. I didn't watch the news. I didn't read the paper. I didn't even register to vote till Trump because I didn't want any part of it. I knew it was corrupt. I didn't think they were ever for the people, and I wanted no part of it. Okay, so I was part of the problem back then. I'm choosing not to be part of the problem anymore. I want to be a part of the solution.
Right.
So anybody out there, do you still want to be part of the problem or do you want to be part of the solution? You get to choose that.
Right.
We all get choices, make a good one, make a good choice. Now's your time. This is your time in history to be on the right side of things, to change your heart, to stop being selfish and greedy and, not worrying about your, fellow man. And you can change that concept and I just trust what I'm saying. Your life will change. Your heart will change. You will start to see like more goodness coming around you. It's just the way the universe works.
Yeah.
It's just the way it works.
There are a lot of people that don't believe it, but it does work that way.
It does work that way.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Well, they act like they're in junior high bullies. Are some of our government officials and different, they act like this is some kind of a school game. No, these are people's lives.
Yeah.
And it's like they're completely out of perspective. Because they're so used to like bullying people or abusing their authority. And they've completely lost perspective of what they are actually, the harm they're actually doing to others with their egos and arrogance.
Right.
That's what I've seen. I saw it in the military, and I saw it in I see it with the different officials and stuff. It's just like you're so completely out of touch.
Right.
It's like you're so out of touch with your own arrogance is just blinding you as to what you're doing to others and how much, and you just don't get like how angry people are.
Right.
And how much you're causing suffering, and it's not going to be allowed, Yeah, we just can't allow it because they won't stop. They won't stop if we don't stop them.
Exactly.
No, they won't. It's like they will. I've seen it because I'm a whistleblower, and I've been fighting this for over 12 years. I've been fighting these same government type things because I lost my whole military career, and it was trying to over years having all kinds of issues with different things. And honestly, they just won't stop until we stop them.
Right.
They've gotten away with bullying people for so long.
Yeah.
And they're used to getting away with it. So yeah, we have to start coming together as communities again and everything. And yeah, because they have to be put in line, like seriously put in line.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your service and sacrifices.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Debbie's great. She's sweet. We had her on last night. We like when she comes on. We get into some in-depth conversations. Just talk about all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. But so is there any kind of an outlook that you're thinking, towards getting better with this? Yeah, they need to rebuild, they need things, but where does it go from here? Right now I understand getting them into warm places to live, feeding them and all that stuff. But what's going to happen months from now? Has anybody got any kind of plans for everything that they're doing, or what's gonna happen?
I mean, hopefully once, Trump is in, they are going to get the help that they need.
I hope so.
Yeah, but I mean, we just have to get them to that point. We need to keep them alive
Yes.
to even get them to that time period in the future. So 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now isn't going to matter to those who are going to die tonight in the cold.
That's right. That's right.
So it's at some point, we can't look too far ahead. We have to see what's right in front of us. And right now, what's right in front of us are lives that are being threatened by the weather. And we need to get them out of that. I mean, winter is just beginning.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's
so
get really cold, and they need.
We need everybody to pitch in. If I have $100,000 donated to us, we're going to be down there like, okay, do you need a place to stay? Do you need a place to stay? I'm going to fill the motels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the motels haven't been washed away. There's a lot of motels and different things.
There are, if they'll let locals stay. So again, where are we going to fight? Okay. So we need to, call these places, harass them, take away their business until they give in, to say, okay, like, why does it matter to them if the room is paid for? Why does it matter to them who's sleeping in the bed?
Yeah.
That's true.
I understand that. It doesn't matter. The room is being paid for.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
somebody did something, because I cannot see any motel, especially with what's going on now. If people got money to come and stay there,
they're going to want their business.
Yes, I can't see them giving that up.
Yeah, that's why I said I almost feel like it has to be a government thing. That's just what I think. That's just my opinion. I don't have proof of that. It's just my opinion, because it's too nefarious. Because let me tell you something. If I'm a business owner, okay, I want to thrive. I want your business. I want your money. Okay, that's what's going to pay my bills. That's, so I'm not going to turn business away just because you live next door. I mean, who cares where you live? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, well, that was
you have all these hotels that have survived this massive flooding of 20 to 30-foot floodwaters, just washed away everything. But these hotels remain. They should be aware that people have literally lost their homes and everything else with it, their IDs, and anything that would help them get back on their feet.
Right.
And so this is where you step in, and you're helping these people at least have a place to sleep for the night.
Yeah, trying to. Yeah. And they're bucking us along the way, to say that all these different rules, that these people can't stay. I mean, to tell somebody, oh, well, you live closer than 75 miles, so you're not allowed to get a room here.
You should have, and you know what they should tell them? And my house floated 56 miles away.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to do now?
It just doesn't make any sense.
That and the whole ID thing. I know I've been to plenty of motels in my life. And when there's 2 people that check in and one's staying in the car, they only want one ID.
That's right.
So if the mother had some way to identify herself,
that's right,
they shouldn't have needed the sons anyways. So that's a crock of crap right there.
Yeah, it was just something else to make it difficult, and to have a reason and an excuse. That's all they're doing. They're just trying to find all these different excuses.
That's right.
And the thing is, it's like, these motels knew the situation. They were explained that these people lost everything, and they're like, it doesn't, like, oh wow, that's our policy. That's our policy. I can't even imagine looking somebody in their face and saying, you can't stay here. Go back out there where it's 20 degrees. Just go. Get out of my way.
Right.
Like every single public official in that state should just be completely removed.
Yes.
I mean, because they're in on it. They're clearly in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. of course, if yeah, I mean, you're all just fired. Like
Yeah,
Trump,
because
like Trump likes to say, you're fired. Just
yes,
fired.
because those representatives could go, do a state of emergency and say, no, you're not going to have those policies right now. Even if you want to do them later down the future and you're that stupid, go ahead, ruin your own business. But right now, no, it's a state of an emergency and we need your rooms and they're being paid for. So shut the F up.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And the businesses that are part of the problem, well, I feel sorry for them.
Mm-hmm.
No, we need to ruin them.
Yeah.
We, okay, us, the ones with the power, we need to show them, who's boss. So that's why I said, I gave you the phone numbers. If you didn't write them down, go back to the beginning and listen. Write the numbers down. Call them 20 times a day.
Yeah.
Everybody, just call and call and call and call and call. Make them afraid to answer their phones.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the numbers again for us?
Tie up their lines. Yes, I will certainly repeat those numbers.
I'll type it out in the chat for everyone.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
And I mean, whatever these so if these hotels are part of chains all over the country, well then we should boycott that whole chain all over the country.
That's right.
Okay, all right, you're going to do this to people in North Carolina, then we'll never do business again.
That's right.
We'll never give you your money in any kind. I'll never stay in a hotel that's doing this to somebody.
Right.
Yeah, and so you just put the names out of the hotels that are doing this to people. Yeah. You got the name, put them out.
Yeah.
And
so
then
the first one,
giving them business.
Yeah. The first one is Extended Stay America, Asheville Tunnel Road. And the phone number there is 828-253-3483. The next one is the Quality Inn. That's also in Asheville, 180 Tunnel Road. 828-505-4648. And the third one is Downtown Inn and Suites, 120 Patton Avenue in Asheville. And that is 828-254-9661.
So Patton Avenue? Like the general?
Yes, 120. Yes, 120 Patton Avenue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're from the area, gather a whole bunch of people and stand outside their business on the street where, it's public property, and tell anybody driving by, tell anybody trying to walk in, and tell them, don't go here. They're willing to put people like us on the street to freeze to death.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Red Roof Inn.
Yeah, go to the Red Roof Inn.
Go to the Red Roof Inn on 16 Cromwell Road. Okay, they'll let you stay.
There's probably
they're full.
Maybe they're they're probably threatening them in some way to not allow people to stay there. Because they have an agenda. They want. They want people to move out of the area so they can.
I would rather close my business and walk away than turn people away.
Right. Yeah. But these business owners are giving in to these government threats, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of business owners that'll just give in. And, because they, believe me, they have ways of threatening them as well. So, they can threaten them with who knows what. All kind, knows what they're threatening with, but they're clearly threatened because no normal business owner would turn people away. So it sounds like they're being threatened by the government, and maybe will whatever they can do. They have a million things they can threaten them with. They can hack in I don't know hack their whole website or who knows what. I mean, believe me, I've had everything done to me you can imagine. So, there's so many things that they can do to a business to destroy you. You
Right.
know, so they have their ways, believe me.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
probably being threatened is what it sounds like to me. But so it's not, it's really it sounds like a government thing for sure.
That's the only thing I can come up with.
Yeah.
There's no other logical reason, like you said, as a business person, that's what you live on, you know?
Yeah.
So to turn business away.
No. Yeah, it does, because who cares where the money is from? So they're clearly being threatened, and yeah, all the way up to the highest levels of our government. Just so
What's the Red Roof Inn number if people want to thank them?
That's the good one.
Yeah, and if they can even like do a review online for them, that would be great for their business as well.
And their address too, if you have it.
So the Red Roof Inn is 828-667-9803. And we need to show that we will make or break you.
That's all right. That sounds about right. It's really sad that it has to come to all this.
mm-hmm.
Nope. Well, you can definitely tell who has God and who doesn't, because
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't understand how
Whoops.
people can turn their back on other people that don't have anything.
And I said, I understand that a lot of people can't just take a drive, down there. But if you can, and I'm not saying it to just sightsee, right? I'm saying it to just have an awakening of what the truth is. To see with your own eyes. It will change your life and it will change your heart, because you can't see that kind of destruction and not want to do something. Because if you can and you don't want to do something, then there's something wrong with your heart.
Yes. Your humanity. Period.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you want to discuss? You went back down there after Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. We did our cash giveaway for Christmas. A lot of people very grateful. A lot of happy tears. So that was nice.
That's pretty awesome.
Giving hope, telling them that we're here. We're not, we're going to keep checking in on these same people, seeing, how they're doing. And, we have all their contacts. So, I've said before, when I went down the first time, I couldn't just drop and go. I couldn't just think that I did enough, and so it's the same way, our group, we're not a drop and go. We want to keep tabs on these people. We want to, have communications with them. If they want to talk, I give my personal number out to everybody. So they can call me or text me if they just need to talk, if they just need to cry, if they just need to yell and scream, whatever. Sometimes that's what's needed. So, I don't have a problem doing that. And nobody else in our group does either. We're just like, oh yeah, here's our phone number.
Yeah.
Reach out to us. Yeah.
It sounds like the community centers, they're starting to close now. I mean, they should maybe somebody could put pressure on them to keep open. And it's like it's coming into winter.
Yeah.
They need to be like, they're gonna need places to, if it gets too cold, like a warming house or something for them. If it gets too cold, at certain nights it might get too cold. Like maybe somebody can put some kind of pressure on the community centers to stay open. No, do not close.
Yeah, I think part of the problem is volunteers.
Okay.
Also. I think they're just having trouble with volunteers. I know at the Bulladine Center, I don't think they were getting as many people coming for stuff as much as they thought they would have. And just, when Jeff was down there and talking with the locals and everything, just learning, it seemed more that a lot of them were afraid to come out. A lot of them were afraid to show that, they've lost everything and need help because of possible land grabbing and, you know, all of that. So they just kind of stay tucked away quiet and try to figure it out, you know. So part of our group and everything was trying to find those families and say, well, what do you need? We'll bring it to you, you know. So, but there's not enough of them. There's not enough of people like that that's there. So we can't keep a big center open if there's nobody to man it. So.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
That's true.
Yeah, and there's definitely a fear factor there where they're scared. They're extremely scared because they're scared of their own government.
Yeah.
They're afraid to go and like face to these places and get help. They're just trying to hide in the woods or something. Yeah, I know
We've come across some blood-sucking vultures through this. So I'm just saying, there's people there that you think are good and helping, and they're blood-sucking vultures.
Yep.
So you have to even be aware of that, you know. So because of that, I understand why people are skeptical, you know. And you know, here we are, just this other group that literally formed because of this, you know, because we wanted to help. So who's to say we're not blood-sucking vultures, right? No, people don't know, right? And so that's why, you know, we try to be very transparent. We try to show what we're doing all the time. You know, money's coming in and it is going out. And then we show that because, you know, we want to be trusted. We want to be those, you know, groups of people that that our hearts connect with others, you know, and they know that they can come to us and count on us and trust us. You know, and so that's why I said, if anybody wants to look into any of us, go ahead, have at it. You're not going to find bad.
Nothing to hide.
No, I have nothing to hide. None of us have anything to hide, you know. So just do your due diligence. If you are worried about where the money's going, if you donate to us, do your due diligence. Look into all of us. We're on the page, you know, our names, everything's on there. You can find us. We don't hide any information. So, you know, look into us first and then donate. That's what we need. We need you to donate.
Donate, call those hotels.
Yep.
Put in calls to the governor out there and request that they remove FEMA ASAP.
Yep.
They need to get out of there. They are making things worse.
Yes.
And these people will feel better when they feel more secure. And having FEMA digging around out there is not going to do it because they know that they're up to no good.
Yeah.
No good.
But share this information. You know, that's another thing. That's free. It doesn't even take long to hit a share button. You know, you got to share it because, you know, with SG, he put our video out Wednesday night at 9:00. In less than 24 hours, we got like around $6,000.
Oh my gosh.
So yesterday, we switched payment plans. So we still have the PayPal, but we switched to Square. So there's different options that's making it easier for people. So that's where I said, like, the man from Australia donated. But yesterday, because of people sharing and watching things like this, we got a $5,000 donation. We got a $2,000 donation. We got several $1,000 donations, multiple $500 donations. That's how important it is to share, you know. So those people may have seen it because somebody shared it, you know. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, just hit the share button and get it out there so people know who we are, you know, and what we're doing.
I know that you gave me that thing for the donations. And I meant to bring them in, and I am so sorry. I meant to go in and redo what I had down here for the FQXHOLE Foundation. Is that on the FQXHOLE Foundation site? The new way to do that for the donations? Yeah.
Yes. If you go to the FQXHOLEFoundation.org, there's, as soon as you open that up, there it says donate here or whatever. You just touch that button, that takes you right to donate.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I was going
to Q in FQXHOLE.
Yes, it's FQXHOLE.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's deliberate, and is by design also. Y'all know how that works. I kind of like that design.
That
Just a little bit.
So Jeff's the one that came up with that. Him and his brother came up with FQXHOLE Foundation, and he lost his brother in 2023 to cancer, and that was his mentor. So he, started a Telegram channel, a private channel. That was the FQXHOLE, and their philosophy was like in military. It's like surround yourself with those you want in your FQXHOLE. And so you only want good people around. You want people that you can rely on, so that's what it represents. The banner that we have was donated by Rick Smolk. He found us from SG, and he is doing all of our printing. He's donating all of our printing. He's been incredible. He's been such a blessing. The design, the actual logo, was designed by my friend Deanna. I knew her from high school, so she did a beautiful job. She did it in like 24 hours or something like crazy. It was like a day or two, when she finalized it. But we've had a lot of people, reaching out and helping us.
Good. So go ahead and do a rundown for everybody, where to contact you, all this stuff, and we will get you out of here.
All right. So so you can find us on Facebook. Now we apparently are shadow banned, so just be careful. That's ridiculous. But so on Facebook, so you can see everything. It's the FQXHOLE Foundation on Facebook. Just don't forget the Q. And then our website is fqxholefoundation.org.
Okay. Nadine, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, hey, anytime. And we still have to try to get you and Jeff on here.
I know. Yeah. He's finally having a weekend with his family. That is
let him have it.
Yeah, it is so deserving. We told him we will be fine without him. Turn your phone off.
Yeah. I know, and you know what? I bet that is something hard for him to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
thanks
great.
Thanks for what you're doing, and thanks for having me on, Brenda.
Thank you.
No problem, Debbie.
Okay.
Thank you for coming back in.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. God bless you guys.
You too.
Nice
Thank you. So do you have any other shows coming up where people can catch you? You going back on SGs?
So yeah, we probably will. We just don't have a date. He's kind of, he's such a busy man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So sometimes it's like, like we were supposed to, I think, do it on Saturday night. He had to cancel, then we ended up doing it Tuesday night. But, so that's kind of a fly-by-night thing. It's like, oh, you got today? It's like, okay. So we don't usually always know in advance with him. I do have something tomorrow night that Deirdre she had messaged me, asked me if I would do another one, but I don't know what that one's called.
Okay.
So, but that'll be tomorrow. And then I do know that the Gracious 2 with Chad Gracie, I'll be doing a follow-up with them. I just don't have a date yet for them either.
Okay. Well, I am glad that you came on and told us how it is.
Yeah.
Because just let him have it, girl. Go ahead and get him. I'm okay with that. More controversy sometimes. I think it's like, woo.
Yeah.
Get him.
I appreciate the opportunity.
And then here, guys, at 8 o'clock. So we got about an hour and 15 minutes. I've got Michael Anthony coming back, so I'm fixing to. He said, I'm going to behave myself so you don't get put in YouTube jail for a week again. I'm like, I know, right? But that's my buddy, man. We bounce stuff off of each other 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, so yeah, but and again, thank you, and everybody, thank you for coming. We are going to go ahead and end this up so that Nadine can get back to doing her stuff. And we've got to get ourselves ready. Steve, I don't know, you want to join me with Michael Anthony, Steve?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So and hopefully Susie will be in. She wanted to kind of rest up. If she's still tired, that's okay. But she had a busy day today. Her and Joel went out, Nadine, and they did some stuff with some horses for some competition thing.
Oh,
And she had to drive all the way out there, and they were there all day.
I'm going to
And
get down there sometime and visit her.
oh, it's fun. It's good.
Yeah.
It's so
I
beautiful
will
place.
eventually.
Yeah, we've both been to Susie's Ranch.
Yeah. I will.
I have to. I was there once to visit for a day, and then I went back and stayed a weekend, which I still think that we should just shove me underneath Susie's bed to sleep, because it would have been better than what I had to endure while I was there. But hey, it is what it is. But it's a quiet, relaxing place. I get out there, my allergies go away, and no headaches. The minute I go through Tyler and hit I-35, it's like, oh man, here we go. It's like, turn around, I'm going back. But everybody, thank you for coming. Catch our next show here in a little bit with Michael Anthony. And I am going to say we are going to call it. And everybody, you know the drill. Please be kind to one another. Y'all
Thanks.
have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, Nadine.
Goodbye for now, from Beyond the Box.
Please join us again for Beyond the Box, Friday and Saturday evenings, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern. Join us for more intel bombs from our extraordinary guests.
Good night, Putin. Good night, Tucker.